Hi there, beautiful thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. It's Wednesday, and for me, that means WTF Wednesday, weekly tracking of finances. So thank you guys for being here. Click that subscribe button, like the video, and let's go. Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope your Wednesday is going well. Today, as I said in the intro and as you read in the title, it is our WTF Wednesday video. We have some expenses that we need to be tracking, some bank expenses, some credit card expenses, any bills that came out, and then we have to track how much we've spent in cash. Lots of things to track in this video. I hope you're with me on this. This video I will take a little bit slower than I did last week because if you were there, you know I was puppy sitting some puppies for my daughters who are very sick with the flu. They're slowly getting over it. They're slowly getting better. But in that video, I was actually puppy sitting their puppies so that they could get some much needed rest and recovery from what they were going through, which didn't jive well with everyone. Which to each their own. Everyone has their own opinions and feelings on things, but at the end of the day, this is my channel, and if I happen to be puppy sitting and puppies are growling in the background, that is my life. It is what it is. So we're going to get into that in just a sec, but before we do, let me go ahead and grab today's prompter card. If you're new to my videos, this is a prompter card. It's basically a conversation starter, so I'll ask and answer the question on the card in this video, and you guys can put your answers in the comments below. Just a little something to help us get to know each other better. So today's prompter card is: where do you want to go on the next family vacation? Usually my answer for that would be the beach. Anywhere on the beach. We go to the beach almost every single year. It is tradition. It is a place that we love to be at. But I think this year we actually want to try something different, and we're thinking about going north, like to the mountains, maybe see a little snow. I'm not really entirely sure if we're going to be able to. If we are, that's where we're leaning at right now. What about you guys? Where do you want to go on the next family vacation? Let me know in the comments below. All right, it is the time indeed. WTF Wednesday time. And we are going to be working on the week of January 7th through 17th through the 23rd. And if this is one of your first times watching one of my WTF Wednesday videos, basically this is a weekly check-in for me. My channel is primarily based around my budgeting journey using the cash envelope system. However, I do still tend to use bank spending, like using a debit card. We have a credit card that we use for gas purchases, and all of our bills are on auto pay. So there's a lot of bank and digital spending that happens as well. So I need to track those things. So in this video, we'll be tracking our bank spending, everything that we swiped with on debit card. We'll be tracking our credit card spending, everything that we paid for with our credit card this past week, which should be only gas. And then eventually we will get to a point where we can see how much we spent in cash so that we can get an overall view of how much we spent in the past week. So in order to make bank spending happen, what I have is an account buffer. In my account, it's money that belongs nowhere but to buff my account so that we can make purchases throughout the week using our debit card as needed. But we pay it back every week to the account using the money that we have saved in our envelopes for those purposes. Basically like petty cash. I'm using it and replacing it weekly. And then we have our credit card, which we're using just for gas purchases right now. We may expand eventually to include something like groceries, or maybe even get a credit card in my name, because this credit card is in my hubby's name. So it is building his credit, but it's not building my credit individually. So I might get another credit card to do this process again, except for with groceries only, and let it start building up my credit as well, so that if we ever need to, with our combined credits, we'll be able to get loans or whatever that we might need in the future. It's just good to have good credit, right? So anyway, I'm digressing completely, and I apologize about that. But we do have a credit card. We were going to track over what has been spent over the past week. We're going to pull out that cash, put it aside so that it's ready to pay off at the end of the month when it is due. And then, as I said, we're going to track how much we spent in cash using the trackers that I have in my binders. And then when all of that is said and done, then we are going to also track all the bills that came out over the past week that are paid via auto pay. So we got to make sure that they are the amounts that I had planned for them to be and that they are coming out the way that they should be. So that is what this video is all about. It's basically a checks and balances to keep myself in check and our accounts running smoothly. All right, let's start with bank spending. On the 19th, we did get some grocery, like it's a grocery purchase, and it was for $30, and rounded up it was $29.50, so we are adding 50 cents to our Save the Change challenge. And then moving all the way over to Monday, we did have a purchase for a festival. Well, it's not the full purchase, it's basically the entry fee to the big festival my hubby does in the fall of each year. So he went ahead and paid that so that he can go ahead and get his entry in, and it was $26.90 is the original cost, so that's 10 cents to our Save the Change challenge. Also on this day, we did get some groceries. It's not a full grocery haul, but it was enough to, and it still is lasting us throughout this week, thankfully. It was $174 rounded up, and it's $173.10, so 90 cents to our Save the Change challenge there. Also, on the 22nd, I did make an Etsy purchase for my March stickers from Casey Lee, of course. This will be coming from my budget supplies and my business binder. And that was for $67 rounded up. It was $66.55, so that's 45 cents we're adding to our Save the Change challenge. And then on the 23rd, we had a grocery purchase. I love sending my hubby to the grocery store. Ladies, if you know, I really, really do. Like, can you grab that? And he'll always, almost always say yes. And that was $11.40, so that's 60 cents towards our Save the Change challenge. And then on the 23rd, also, we did go ahead and purchase quite a bit of animal things that we needed. So I purchased dog food, puppy pads. I purchased bird food and treats for the bird. So we've got all the things that we need to, keep our dogs alive and healthy. And my children are also going to be, my daughter is also going to be putting money towards that. She's putting $95 towards it. So this will be coming from a combo of pets plus grocery is where I'm going to pull out some. And then my daughter's cash that she gave me. So in total, it was $178. And the original cost being $177.31. So that is a total of 69 cents we're adding to our Save the Change challenge. Also on this day, we did get some DoorDash. We DoorDashed out. My kids wanted it. I bought some things for me and my hubby, and my kids bought their own. So I do have their money here for that. I usually take care of this on my own when it's one of the kids' purchases, but because my purchase is included in this, I had to put it all together. So this will be coming from grocery and also from kids, which I have off to the side over here. In total, it was $92, and the original cost was $91.42, which is prime example of why we don't eat out very much. And that was just for me and the kids, not for my hubby. So it would have been well over $100 to eat a fast food DoorDashed meal just for my family of 5. So that is it for bank spending. Now we are going to move into credit card spending. Again, like I said before, this is mainly just gas purchases. So on the 17th, my hubby got gas, and it was for $30 rounded up. $29.50 was the cost, so 50 cents towards our Save the Change challenge. Also on the 21st, we got gas, and it was $4.29, rounded up from $28.82, which is 18 cents to our Save the Change challenge. And then once again on the 23rd, we got gas, and it was 25 from 24.58. So we're putting 42 cents in our Save the Change challenge there. And that's it for our gas, which is awesome. All right, let me go ahead and write out. I should have done this prior to starting the video. I apologize. So I'll speed this up really quick, or I will talk fast. Account buffer, I like to track this just in case we need to take money from our account buffer, just so that I know my account buffer is low. We don't want to take that unless we absolutely have to, because that's what allows us to make these bank purchases throughout the week without having to go and deposit first. We're also going to be tracking bank spending totals. So everything we spent from the bank in black. We're going to be tracking our credit card spending, everything in purple. Got to have those totals as well. We'll also be tracking our cash spending, just so we can see how much we're spending and all the ways that we're spending it. And then also, we got to track our Save the Change. This is just a little challenge I'm doing that is building up my account buffer little by little, cent by cent, by doing nothing but rounding up. So really easy way to earn a little bit. We ended up saving, I think, $200 or almost $200 last year just by rounding up throughout the year from these purchases. So it was $200 extra in my account buffer I didn't have to do anything for. All right, so that is that. Let's go ahead and get some totals before I set everything up, because we can go ahead and do that. Let's start with bank spending, what we know we've spent from the bank. Total on that is $580 there. And then credit card spending total, not too much this week, thankfully. $84 on the credit card this past week. And then cash spending we'll track when we get those trackers. And then Save the Change, we can figure that out really quick. $4.92 we're adding this week to our account buffer, which is nice. All right, so let me set everything up. I'm going to use some of Casey Lee's stickers here to put some check boxes on all of these purchases so we have something to check off as we grab that money. I'll set everything up and then we will get started unstuffing some cash. All right, so I want to start with probably gas would be the least resistant right now. Let's start with gas. We know already that it's $84, so we have 50, 70, 90. We'll have to get some change. Yeah, so 50, 70, 90. So $90. We're gonna need $6 in change, which I will write right there. And we will check these two off in the meantime. Okay. All right, so once we get change, we'll count this up and see what we have left, which isn't much. Let's try groceries. Okay, so for groceries, I know I probably should do pets first. Let's do pets first. Okay. For my pets, I have $55 in here. We're doing $178 is what we are going for. So I'm taking this $55 right here. And then my daughter gave me $95 towards this. 5 of this needs to go towards something else, this part right here. So I need to just say $95 on that. So I just need $28 more to, and I can put this 5 actually. Yeah, I'll put this 5 over here because that would be the change. All right. So $28 we're going to be pulling from grocery for that. So So 20 and 30. So we're going to need $2 and change. So $2 and change is what we need. We don't have any ones just yet. So I'll put that right here. $2. Okay, now that we're in groceries, let's go ahead and try and handle groceries. In total, we have, let's see, 30, 174, 12, and 92. Not including this because we've already taken care of that, and that was for my pets. So that's $308. I do have my kids' money that they've given towards that here. So let's count this up and find out how much that is. That's 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So minus 60, so we need 248. So 100, 200, 20. Actually, let's just do 250. Yeah, because I don't have ones anyway. So 250 there to cover this. And we're going to need 2 ones. So let's write that down here. But that means we can check off this, this, and that. Alright. So 308 is what we said. 100, 200, 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300, 305, and 310. And once we get change, we can handle that. So, left in grocery, I have 1, 2, 350, 70, 80, 90, 400, 5, 10, and 15. So, 415 in my grocery budget, which is, I think I could make that stretch for another week for my family. So, that's good. Alright, nothing else in this binder. Now we're going to move to small business, or our businesses, side hustles. Okay, so for business, I did buy my stickers. So it was 67. I don't know why I thought in my head it was 65 or less than 65, so that's what I had planned. So 50, 60, 5, and 70. So $70 there. And it was 67, so we need $4 and change. We're gonna need some change. There. Alright, so now we have $60 in my budget supplies for next month's stickers. Alright, and then we have festivals, which is my hubby's. And we're going to be taking $27 from his festival fees. So 50 minus 27 is 23. And of course I don't have any ones, so there's 20. And we'll just have to owe 3 here as well. Okay, so now we've got to make some change because I have none. That's the only thing about not doing ones in your envelopes, but I did want to condense a little bit of my gaming here. Since we're not spending as much in gaming, I feel confident enough to condense this a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I've got plenty here. So what do I need? I need 1, 3, 6, 10, 11, 12. So let's go ahead and just take 20 then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, we'll just do 15. Because I do have 5s in here. So 5, 10, and 15. And that works in helping to condense this a little bit. I wasn't going to, but like I said, we're not using it as much, so it's actually fuller than it normally is. So that's good. Alright. Now we have some ones. Let's start with gas. We needed 5 and 6. So there's gases. Groceries gets 2 Festivals gets 3, budget supplies gets 4, and I guess this is gonna go into grocery. Gets 2. Alright, so this is what stays back there. And it probably is not enough to make the change that I need, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Okay, so here's our change. Let me go ahead and put this where they go. Alright, and living expenses is the only binder we spent out of for a total of $102 from grocery. And if you weren't aware, this is how I track my cash spending. Every binder that I have has one of these in the back of it, and if we spend out of an envelope from that binder, we write it from in the back here, just so that we know how much we've been spending in cash as well. So we just kind of get an overview of how much we're spending on average per week. So that means we didn't take anything from account buffer, which is awesome. Let's see how much we spent in total in everything. So we spent $580 in bank spending, $84 on the credit card, $102 in cash. So pretty low, which is nice. $766 to survive this week. Okay. Before I transfer over any numbers, let me go ahead and grab my thumbnail, and then we'll do the transferring of numbers, and we'll get to bills. Alright, so next up I'm going to transfer these numbers into my main budget book here so that I can have everything in one place the way I like it. So, flipping over to my transaction log in my main budget book, let's go ahead and transfer these numbers. For bank spending, $580. Credit card spending was $84. Cash spending was $102. And then we saved $4.92 this week. Okay, so now we can put this away on my shelf for another week, and we'll pull it out next week. Alright, so running balances. Let's see what we've got going on. So far this month, we only have one more week left to go. We have spent $1,546 plus $580 from the bank, $2,126. From our credit card, we have managed to put on $483 on there. And for our cash spending, we have spent $12.59 in cash over the past month so far. And then for saving, just by rounding up all these purchases, you see week after week we have saved for the month of January $15.99. Well, I can't even speak. I don't know what's going on. $15.99 is what we've saved. Okay, so now that we've gotten that accomplished, let's go ahead and put this money where it belongs, and we'll move on. So basically, I need to put $84 into my credit card. That way I can pay that off at the end of the month. So the way I handle our credit card is each week we go through what we have spent on the credit card. I pull that out of where I have money saved for those purchases, as you saw me do, and then I add it to the stack. So this week we are adding, what did I say? $84. So week 3, 84, and I do have a 1, so let's do 50, 70, 80, and because we only have 3 ones, let's do 85, and then we'll pull out a 1 here. So 84 adding into here, Okay, boy, this went a lot smoother in my head. Okay, so in total, we should be having, oh, we already have the balance right here. $483. Let's see if we have it. 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 50, 70, 90, 410, 30, 50, 60, 75, 80, 481, 42, and 483. So we do have everything here. So we'll have one more week of credit card spending, and then we will pull this out, deposit it, and pay that entire credit card right off. And we're earning cash back on it. I think I'm almost at $150 cash back on it right now. I need to cash it out or something. But I just don't know how I'm going to do that yet. So anyway, now going to my bank, to our account buffer, we have 1, 2, 350, 450, 500, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 576, 7, 8, and 579. This needs to go back to my bank, back into my spending account, so that it's ready for the next week. Okay, last thing we need to tackle is my bills. What came out over the past week? Wasn't much, I'll tell you that. We had internet come out for $104.98. We had iCloud come out for 99 cents. And that was it. That's all that's come out. I expect that these these three right here will come out by next Wednesday. So that means next Wednesday, our WTF Wednesday, will include unstuffing these bills as well. So you'll see how I tackle bills using the cash envelope system in that video. All right, so we are done. I don't have anything to check off here because, once again, I still have not put anything on here as far as my bills go. What a waste. I just totally dropped the ball on this one. But last Friday we did our full-time cash stuffing. Monday we did our YouTube cash stuffing. And today we just did our WTF Wednesday. And my kids have not been to therapy in a while. Because sick and sick. All right. So next video up will be next week, I guess, unless I surprise you guys with a video which will be in regards to grocery shopping, budgeting, trying to make whatever I had left in my grocery budget stretch for a week's worth of meals, or a little over a week's worth of meals. Trying to go different places this time instead of just going to the closest grocery store that I have. Maybe trying dollar store, Dollar Tree, I don't know. But I kind of want to take it as a challenge. How low can I go, basically? So, with what we buy, I'm not going to try and change what we get in regards to like the things that we need to get for food and dinners and whatnot. But how can I make it as cheap as possible? So I might do that video. You might see it, but don't hold me to it because I've got sick kids in this house. I don't know if I'm coming down with it yet, but I do have that in my mind. I have been thinking about it, pondering over it, and figuring out how I might accomplish that, because I think we could all benefit from some grocery budgeting motivation and inspiration, because I think we're all feeling that struggle. So anyway, I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to lie, I almost forgot. But we're not going to forget, because we're keeping her alive. This is my panda ear, and this is probably the longest I have ever kept a plant alive in my life, all thanks to you guys. So we should name her. She's been around for a little while. I feel like we should name her Chaos. What do you guys think? We're just going to name her Chaos. This is our plant, and we are keeping her alive. I'm so proud of myself. She's still alive. I will actually be sad if she died. Okay. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, whether that'll be later this week or this weekend, or on next Monday, which will be prepping my binder for February. Either way, I will see you guys whenever a new video drops. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I post. And if you're still watching, you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to be your weekly inspiration for your own budgeting journey. And with that said, I will see you in the next one. As always, until next time, bye.